Welcome to Investors Insights, episode 188. Today we'll be discussing the 3 E's, oil, and entrepreneurs. Don't forget to connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We'd like to continue the discussion there. So guys, let's get started.
You're listening to Investors Insights with Greg Powell and the Portfolio Strategy team from Five Plan Partners.
A great morning, great discussion this morning.
Good to see ya.
Like I said, I think the theme this week is the 3 E's, and that's earnings, the election, and the economy. A lot going on this week. First, let's talk about the election. I think the market now is priced in a Clinton victory, and so now the attention is turning to the House. So right now, I think if you look at the most recent polling, the Republicans could lose about 13 seats in the House. So again, the market's going to look at that carefully to see if we're looking at a swing election. And then also with the economy, GDP comes out Friday. This is very important. Obviously, we've been right above 1% the past couple of quarters. That is slow growth. And so we're looking for GDP to pick up. And then also earnings. We're in the smack dab middle of earnings season. So Trey, talk about that and then also talk about oil a little bit.
Yeah, so this will be a big week for earnings. Nearly 1/3 of all S&P 500 companies should report this week. What's really important to watch is not just what they report, but what they project. I think projections for next year's earnings are really high. They're expecting a big bounce in growth, which we haven't had in 6 quarters. So hopefully we'll see things turn around, some productivity increases in this quarter's earnings, but then also how they're expecting to grow in 2017 is going to be really important. So that's a big week. And then out on top of that, over the weekend, interesting news out of Iraq. You know, we've talked about that oil deal that all the OPEC has agreed to freeze production while Iraq wants to be excluded. You know, they said that they're involved in a war, so they need to be excluded. You know, kind of bless their hearts for being involved in a war. I'm pretty sure that there's no other Middle Eastern country involved in a war right now. So Iraq really needs special treatment. So it's kind of interesting. We're less than a month out from them actually making that decision, and we're already seeing cracks in it. So we see oil dropping back this morning, and if that continues, that might, you know, we could see that in the pumps for our kind of viewers out there. Could be positive news.
Yeah, I know the next OPEC meeting is November 30th, and so we'll see if they stick to the deal. That's going to be very interesting leading up to that meeting. Actually, talk about the entrepreneurial, startups, and that's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's like Bobby was saying, the GDP numbers come out Friday. Economists going forward probably projected about 2.5%. But the point is, we seem to have been in this slow grind, to Bobby's point, on GDP. It seems like forever. And what we wanted to do is give you a little bit of a peek behind the number. You know, the number will come out, but one thing we wanted to alert you to is so much of that is the entrepreneurial companies in the United States. Back in the 80s and 90s primarily, about 12% of the employment in the United States was created by a startup company like that. Or said another way, you had about a 1 in 10 chance to go to work for one. Now, that's down to a very anemic 2%. So that section of the economy, you know, it doesn't seem like that large of a drop from 12 to 2. It's large enough, but it represents hundreds of thousands of jobs. But in our discussion this morning, it's not only the quantity of it, it's sort of the quality of it. You know, those companies are very dynamic. They're very entrepreneurial. They're very tech-oriented.
Increased productivity.
Yeah. We just seem to be missing not only the quantity of those jobs, but the excitement. The 2 major reasons that's happening post-2008 is one is post-Dodd-Frank. Credit has dried up for a lot of companies like that. That wasn't that case before. And then secondly, you've just got a ton of regulations that have been thrown at that. You know, people have just gone, you know, you don't have a lot of ability to take a good idea from idea to growth phase in a company. People are just saying that growth process is not worth it with what we have to deal with. And that's a big thing to us behind the numbers that you'll see Friday.
It is. Well, a lot going on this week. If you have any questions, please call or email us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks and have a great week.